Welcome back to Stillwater, inside Boone Pickens Stadium. 76 degrees here in Stillwater. Going to be a great night for football. And what a night for this series history. This one dates back to 1935. First time these two teams met 83 years ago. 46 meeting between these two schools, and it's all tied up. 21, 21, and 3. But Oklahoma State has won 9 straight against the Red Raiders.
But the last 2 years has been awfully close. A little lopsided in the years before that, but Texas Tech is trying to come in here to a place they haven't won in a really long time against a high-profile offense and a defense that can really get after the quarterback.
Texas Tech won coin toss. They've opted to defer, so Oklahoma State will receive Clayton Hatfield. Kick things away for the Red Raiders. Back deep. Oklahoma State is Chuba Hubbard. He is from Edmonton, and I'm telling you, the kid has got world-class speed. This is Hubbard. Fair catch.
It's a really bizarre fair catch on a kickoff, don't you think?
Yeah, had a lot of room to run.
He had a lot of room to run. I'm not kind of baffled. Was he thinking that was a punt?
Here's our first look. Taylor Cornelius, fifth-year senior. You know, he was a walk-on back in 2014. Backed up Mason Rudolph the last 3 seasons. His first opportunity to start this year. Third, fourth start for him, and he's got 9 touchdowns already, 2 of those rushing. J.D. King will start in the backfield, along with Justice Hill. And the give to Hill. Left side, trying to get to that edge, and he can't get it. Desmond Smith right there with the tackle.
Well, that's what you have to do with Hill. You have to string all of these plays outside, because when he gets downhill, he can make you miss, and he can actually run you over as well.
Both these teams play with that tempo. Hill, again, up the middle. J.D. King getting the carry. Third down for Cornelius and the Cowboys. Looks like we got an injured Red Raider down. That was Desmond Smith. Ben, let's talk about keys to the game, especially with the Cowboys with football.
Well, I think they just have to stay with their identity. Their identity is to run the football and then go over the top. They get a little impatient on offense, and they want to hit everything over the top. That's been their identity for years. So I say stay explosive. Keep pounding that rock. Soften up the defense. Ask that defense to bring down the safety in the box and then go over the top and take it off.
Cornelius turned 23 last week. We threw for 728 yards first 2 games of the season. That was Cowboy record, most passing yards for a quarterback in his first 2 career starts. And he's going up top, just as you talked about. Tylan Wallace had a step, overthrew it.
Well, they dialed up a pressure on 3rd down, which is a good call, but they brought it from a multitude of different angles. The blitz got there a little bit late, but it allowed them just to cover on the outside, then the man-to-man cover. If they can press on the outside with their corners against these receivers, and they throw off the timing of the quarterback, they're going to have a chance throughout this game.
Zach Steiner into punt. And that's booming punt. Here's Daquan Bowman, and he is dropped at the 13. Special teams has been very good for the Cowboys of late. 65-yard punt by Steiner.
If you're going to kick it that low, you better kick it over the returner's head and give your punt cover team a chance, because sometimes those low liners, if they catch them, that spells a lot of problems, because your punt unit still hasn't gotten off the blocks and gotten downfield, but he gets real fortunate to boom that over the returner's head, allow for a tough catch, and his coverage team goes down and makes the tackle.
Here's the true freshman, Alan Bowman. Boy, threw for 605 yards against Houston last week. 5 touchdowns as well. That eclipsed Pat Mahomes' Big 12 freshman record of 598 in a single game. Zong Henry in the backfield. Now he flanks out. They go 5 wide. And that was just over the hand of Zach Austin.
Yeah, this is the matchup that I'm looking for defensively for Oklahoma State. Can they go man-to-man coverage against this offense that's going to spread you out? They want to create voids and holes and make you make open field tackles. Can this defense, which has been prided upon the front four, can the back 7 hold up all game to press at the line of scrimmage and make tackles in space?
Both these teams play with tempo. Bowman to Henry. He's dropped at the 21-yard line. A couple of yards shy of a first down.
You know, this is a guy that starts in Tayzon Henry. He's a freshman, but they think that he has loads of potential. You saw him on the first play sort of split out as a wide receiver. That time he became a receiver out of the backfield. You're going to see a lot of him, this scat back type of guy that can make you miss in the open field.
TJ Vasher at the bottom of your screen. 6'6". Sophomore. This is 3rd and 3 for the Red Raiders. Bowman looking right, throws, it's complete. Javion High.
Well, you take a look at the safety out here. He's the safety on the number 2 receiver. They don't cover down the number 2 receiver. They run an out route and pick up the first down.
This was a quick one. Henry. And he is met behind the line of scrimmage and brought down by A.J. Green. That's the junior out of DeSoto, Texas.
You know, we're seeing a substitution right now for Texas Tech. They don't normally substitute very much. That's the thing. That's how they stress defenses. They can stay in one personnel for a whole series and really wear out that defense because they can't get their own subs in.
Tayzon Henry, offset right. He fakes it to him, throws to the sideline, and we've got a flag.
And I wonder if you're going to get Rodriguez on a hold defensively.
Holding. Defense, number 4. Stimulus penalty for previous spot. Automatic. First down.
They're going to call that one on A.J. Green.
So it's just going to be an out route out here. And there he is right there. Number 1 on the screen. They get him for a hold. I don't know if he impeded his route too much, but you got to be careful. You can jam, you can chuck, you just can't hold.
So Roderick Thompson is checked in the backfield. This is a jet sweep. Keshawn Carter.
And Keshawn's another guy that you talk about speed on Texas Tech. They're known to have big receivers, but they also complement those receivers by having smaller receivers on the inside. They're looking for this scat back type of guys. And Carter's one of those at 5'11", 165. He can really break some tackles and make you miss.
They love to use him with the sweeps and the reverses. The fake, and there's Carter again. Oh, he gets drilled right at the 45. Good hit by Kenneth Edison Magruder. That's the senior out of Houston.
Ooh, and he is flexing right now on defense. I tell you what. Watch the pass on the outside, get the big body going downhill, and then watch this. Wow. You don't need to wrap up if you're going to hit with that much force.
I'm going to take a measure to take a look to see if this is a first down indeed. This will be an interesting game for the defense, especially that defensive line. As good as Oklahoma State's defensive line has played over the past couple of weeks, because of the tempo that Tech likes to play with. And it's a first down for Tech.
Well, and they'll take every one of these breaks right now. It doesn't matter if it's an injury, a measurement, a replay. because Texas Tech wants to go fast. They lead the country in number of snaps per game at 93, so they want to get the ball out quick with a lot of frequency. And this defense, if you can't substitute, you're going to get awfully tired.
So Roderick Thompson in the backfield with Bowman. The fake to the outside and Jadion High. And he's across midfield at the 45 of Oklahoma State.
Well, that's the thing for Texas Tech. Sort of the opposite of what you're going to see out of Oklahoma State offensively. Oklahoma State wants to get the ball down the field and down the field over the top. Texas Tech wants to play the horizontal passing game. We're going to throw it out to the side, see if they can pick up just a few 5, 6, 7 yards. They want to break some tackles and take it to the house, but it doesn't always have to be like that.
Here's Bowman, left side. That one's low. Looking at Zach Austin. Now Cliff Kingsbury in his 6th season leading his alma mater. 15th head coach in Tech history. He's led this program to 3 bowl appearances, including last season.
And you won't find a better offensive mind in the country than Kingsbury. Every single year he seems to find talented quarterbacks and really talented wide receivers.
3rd and 4 for Tech. Bowman looking left. Throws to the outside. Caught. Antoine Wesley makes the catch. We got a flag. Let's see what Mike DeFee has for us.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 19 is downfield blocking, and the ball was caught beyond the line of scrimmage. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
That's on the 6-year senior, Zach Austin, out of Austin.
Well, there he is, number 2 on your screen. They're going to get him for blocking down the field, which, again, it's hard. It's really hard to tell. I don't think that he thought it was going to be an RPO or a run play. I think he just got banged up at the line. He wasn't a primary receiver, so he decided to block knowing it wasn't going to go to him. But they get him for blocking down the field before the ball came out. It was a critical down and distance for Texas Tech. The thing I liked about it, though, was Alan Bowman responded. Pressure situation, you need to pick up the 1st down, and he put the ball exactly where you need to put the ball.
So now they are looking at 3rd and a country mile. First offensive series for Tech. True freshman making his first career start on the road in conference here in Stillwater. The draw, Thompson up the middle, across the 50. Brought down at the 46 by Malcolm Rodriguez, or he could have picked up a 1st down and more.
Well, there's what Rodriguez. They consider him the best open field tackler on their team, and if that's not an open field tackle, I don't know what is. Square hips, comes down under control, waits for the running back to make his move, and then he strikes.
I'll tell you why, he's a former wrestler. He's a former state champion.
That he was a 2-time state champion at that.
Dominic Penizzalo, the senior out of Australia. Dylan Stoner back deep for the Cowboys, standing at his own 10. And how about that? Penizzolo, great punt. He struggled in the season opener, but let me tell you something. He has really picked it up over the last couple of weeks. That's a 45-yard punt down at the 1. Taylor Cornelius and those cowpokes when we come back. Welcome back. Each team has had an offensive possession. We're still scoreless here in the 1st quarter at Stillwater. Big 12 opener for both these squads. Mike Gundy in his 14th season, 117 career wins. Some of the best hair in the conference with that mullet.
Best hair in the nation.
Here's Cornelius going up top. Looking for Wallace and knocked away. Good defensive play by DeMarcus Fields, a sophomore out of Taylor, Texas.
Well, the conventional wisdom is if you're backed up, you want to run the ball to give yourself some space, but this is not a conventional offense. You see first down, backed up against your own end zone. We're going to throw it deep, see if we can get the ball in the hands of one of our big receivers on the outside. But what a nice play by Fields, staying stride for stride, locating the football, locating the hands, and knocking that ball out.
Justice Hill, the lone setback. And we got flags everywhere.
False start. Offense, number 56. Half the distance to the goal. Replay second down.
That's Larry Williams.
Yeah, just take a look at the right guard. It's pretty clear that he jumped offside. False start. But really, no harm, no foul. You know, half the distance to the goal, still 2nd and 10.
I mean, you're right there at the goal line anyway. And we got another one.
False start. Offense, number 89. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
That's Jelani Woods, the freshman out of Georgia.
Well, and he was just trying to get, you'll see him down here on the bottom of the screen. It's a run play, so he's trying to get out of his stance. You just see that little twitch right there.
Cornelius, that's complete. Wallace, that's a first down for the Cowboys.
Well, you just showed your hand twice. It was going to be a run play. You get a few false starts. You understand that they're going to start packing the box defensively, and you're going to get a one-on-one matchup on the outside. Just a quick little stop route. Let your receiver go out and break some tackles and get out of the shadow of your own end zone.
Wallace is their big play guy on the outside, and he's only a sophomore. The keeper, Cornelius, 20, 25, lowers the shoulder. Knocked down at the 27 by Desmond Smith.
Well, we talked about this in the open. How is this offense more prolific than last year? Well, it's because of this element of their game. Mason Rudolph could not do this. They did not have quarterback run game with him. They can do that with Cornelius.
Cornelius back to the air, and that's incomplete. Once again, looking for Wallace.
And you can see Oklahoma State's offense, they can play with tempo. They don't always play with tempo. As you see them sort of milling around right now, they're going to get the call from the sidelines. One of their one-word offensive calls. Really easy for the quarterbacks to bark out that one word and be efficient, but it's not always about getting up to the line and snapping the ball like Texas Tech.
Here's Cornelius. Draw the heel. Look out. Hill. Midfield. Pulled down at the 42-yard line. John Bonney with the saving tackle. Justice Hill rips one off the Big 12 rushing leader.
Well, it was the little fake, that little draw that drew everybody inside, and they were able to get the blocks.
And complete on the outside to Tyron Johnson, and here comes the Cowboys. Hill ran for 35 yards.
And it looks like we got Preston Gordon for Texas Tech, defensive lineman on the field right now. A little banged up, but again, I talked about that tempo. Sometimes Oklahoma State will come up to the line, wait. It's almost like they got in the huddle. They're going to get their guys lined up, and then after a big successful play like that, when everybody's going down the field, they hurry up and get down quicker than the defense and get lined up and snap the ball.
Well, as they check on Preston Gordon, we'll take a break. Scoreless here at Oklahoma State. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Ice Cold Dr. Pepper. It's the official drink of Fansville. Sight and sounds. Big 12 opener here from Stillwater. Oklahoma State knocking on the door. taking on Texas Tech. To the outside, Jalen McCleskey pushed out of bounds.
You know, the guy that came over and made that play was Dakota Allen, number 40, the linebacker for Texas Tech. You want to see a guy that is going to fly around the football field. Hopefully we get to call his name a lot today. I love the way he plays. Stylistically, he's a throwback linebacker. He's going to come down and hit you. He's got instincts. He's a fun guy to watch on tape.
L.D. Brown, Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. Cornelius under pressure, throws it to the end zone, wide open. Caught, J.D. King, touchdown, Cowboys. The sophomore out of Georgia with the touchdown catch. 23 yards, 99-yard drive by the Cowboys.
Well, there's been coverage issues all over the back end of this defense for weeks. That's a simple wheel route on the outside. There's a defender there that has him initially, and then he just lets him go. He thinks that there's somebody else behind to take the running back out of the backfield. And J.D. King just finds that open spot, that little soft spot in the defense, and Cornelius delivers.
Take another look at it. Review the score.
All right, does any part of his body? It looks like a knee. Boy, that's going to be really close. It looks like maybe the knee was down about 6 inches short of the goal line.
Coach Gundy, you gotta love that. Like this grind.
All right, then we got knees down. But I think that's too close to overturn. You agree, Brian?
Yeah, looks to me knee there, touchdown, and that's what they ruled. They call it, it's good. So here's Matt Amendola, the current Big 12 scoring leader. The extra point. And it's good. Cowboys strike first. 7-0 the score with the first quarter as Cornelius connects. 99 yards. They're up 7-0. Seven to nothing the score here in Stillwater. You know, Oklahoma State last week in the first quarter had 15 yards of total offense. They go 99 yards here in 8 plays. Keep in mind, they had 2 penalties there on the basically the goal line.
Yeah, it only knocked them back a few inches, though.
Jake McClure will kick things away for those Cowpokes. Jaquan Bowman is back deep along with Justice Parker. Let's get a game break. I understand we have upset city in Virginia. Here's Greg Wolf.
Yes, we do. Number 13, Virginia Tech. First ever trip to Old Dominion. Not what they were hoping for. This is Jeremy Cox. 40-yard touchdown. The Monarchs 0-3 coming into this game. Get their first ever win over a Power 5 opponent. 49-35 the final. Brian, Ben, back to you.
Wow. Thanks, Wolfman. How about that ODU?
Congratulations to Bobby Wilder, the head coach of Old Dominion. My goodness, he brought that program from nothing to taking and beating Virginia Tech.
Marcus Felton has checked in at running back. We got a flag.
Snap infraction, number 76, offense. The 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's on Paul Stay Wars. Let's talk about the key here for Texas Tech.
Yeah, I really think the key for Texas Tech is the opposite of Oklahoma State. I think it's ball control. It's running the ball and throwing it horizontally. Don't always look for the big play because your defense right now throughout this season has not played very good at all. Keep your defense off the field. Keep Oklahoma State's offense off the field. Control the clock. Control the game by the short, quick passes.
Felton flanks out. Bowman throws it. And that's complete. Antoine Wesley, but as soon as he catches it, he's brought down by Derek Bernard. Once again, Tech going with tempo. So far, well, Cliff Kingsbury said he wants to run the rock a lot more. So far, 7 passes, 3 runs. 2nd and 12. They go 5 wide. Here's Bowman flushed out of the pocket. Looking left. Nearly did he get nearly picked off by Rodarius Williams. That was a dangerous throw, Ben Lieber.
Well, check this out. Watch the linebacker in the middle of the screen. Last week, this is what Bowman really struggled with. See the middle of the screen? They put a robber and a plugger. We call it a robber or a plugger in the middle of the field to take away all the slants, all the things that come in the middle of the field. That's where he wanted to go with the football. It wasn't there, so he had to go back to the outside, and that's where the ball was almost picked off.
Bowman picked up nearly every award you could last week. Big 12 Newcomer of the Week, Big 12 Player of the Week, National QB of the Week after throwing for 605 yards. This pass, bobbled but caught. Jadian High makes to grab the senior.
See Jadian High just run a little 7 route, a little out-cutting route at an angle, and it's all about ball placement, and that's exactly where Bowman put it. Only where his receiver can go and get it, and look at that concentration. That may be a catch. It looked like maybe he bobbled it as he's going out of bounds.
Bowman over the middle, caught by Wesley. Antoine Wesley with the catch.
And here they go. Look at that tempo. Get up to the line, get the receiver set, snap the ball.
That's complete. Zach Austin. Austin across midfield. Brought down at about the 42. A.J. Green makes the stop. And again, it goes to tempo here for Tech.
And again, no substitutions, so no substitutions for the defense either.
Bowman, wide open, complete. T.J. Vasher. He's pushed out of bounds at the 17. That's a pickup of 25.
And it was the defender on the outside, A.J. Green, number 4, that actually stumbled on the route, at the top of the route, kind of lost his footing, didn't fall down, but stumbled. That's the reason why the receiver was wide open.
Tazon Henry has checked in for the Red Raiders. This is Henry. They fake the reverse. Henry trying to get to the edge. Brought down at about the 12, Rodarius Williams. He's a sophomore out of Shreveport.
Watch the pressure come through here. But they don't hand the ball off. Had the ball been handed off, that would have been a tackle for loss. But then you talk about, look at the lateral quickness of Henry right there. That's the one thing they love about this freshman.
So Roderick Thompson. He's checked in for the Red Raiders in the backfield. And Bowman's going to call a timeout. Didn't like what he saw. Will take a step aside. Cowpokes up 7. Tech knocking on the door, trying to tie it up. FS1 College Football is presented by Edward Jones, because understanding what's important to you matters. Big 12 opener. Texas Tech, Oklahoma State here from Stillwater. 7-0 the score, but Tech at the 12-yard line of the Cowpokes, and top offense in the country. 3rd in scoring is Tech, and one of the best inside the red zone. In fact, 3rd best in the country. They go 4 up top. They throw the fade to Vasher. Caught, touchdown, Red Raiders.
So Texas Tech goes exotic with their formations. Out here on the left, there's 4 receivers all bunched up. It brings all the attention from the defense over to that side, and you single up Vasher on the right side of the offense, and he's wide open.
Bowman with the touchdown pass, threw 5 of them last week against Houston. Here's the extra point by Hatfield. Clayton knocks it through. And we are all tied up here in the first quarter, thanks to Bowman and Vasher. Welcome back to Stillwater. Here's the freshman, true freshman, the showman himself, Alan Bowman. He was 6 of 7 on that drive as Texas Tech goes 75 yards in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, Ben Lieber.
I tell you what, he does not play like a true freshman. It's pretty unbelievable that he's been out here on this big stage. And here we go again. We got the new rule in effect. The fair catch out to the 25.
Let's get a game break. Here's Greg Wolf.
Brian, thanks. Over on Fox, a resurgent Texas team coming off last week's win over USC, facing number 17 TCU. Sam Ellinger hanging in the pocket. He finds Lil Jordan Humphrey. 38 yards for the touchdown. The Longhorns lead 31-16, fourth quarter. Brian, Ben, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Wolfman. Justice Hill. As they go from the pistol, Cornelius fakes it to him, rolls right. And that one's short. Dylan Stoner is who he was looking for. What a formation Cliff Kingsbury came up there with.
Yeah, talk about exotics. Again, here's the 4 wide receivers, and watch the attention of the corner over here. He thinks everything's going to go away. Look at him look in the backfield. I'm cool. I'm all right. I'm on an island. Look at all the 4 guys over there. Clearly the ball's going to be thrown to the other side. It's not. They catch him off guard. Bad eye discipline by the corner there, and Vasher with the easy touchdown.
2nd and 10. Cornelius over the middle. That's complete. Jelani Woods brought down to 45. Jashawn Johnson, welcome back here. The senior making the stop. He was preseason all Big 12. His first game this season, coming back from a shoulder injury, under pressure, and incomplete. He's looking for Tylan Wallace. Tony Jones is applying the pressure to Cornelius.
It was Tony Jones, the rush end, coming scot-free to put a hit on the quarterback. And Jones is one of these guys that doesn't get the starting snaps per se, but he gets a lot of play in the game, leads his team in tackle for loss, so he is a big-time contributor.
J.D. King and Justice Hill in the backfield. This is Hill. Patient, picks up a couple. Joseph Wallace makes the stop.
You know, that's the thing with Hill that you just have to watch out for. He's patient enough to run behind pullers, looking to find a crease. And he'll have a few of these plays where it's just a few yards, and then bam, all of a sudden he'll break one out for a big game.
Wallace came into this one 114 yards shy. 3,000 for his career. Tylan Wallace at the top of your screen. That little bunch set at the bottom. Cornelius going up top. Wallace throws. How about that catch by that young man, Tylan Wallace, the sophomore out of Fort Worth. This kid is the 4th most receiving yards by any underclassman in the FBS.
Well, again, they go aggressive on defense with a man blitz, with the safety over the top, and I tell you what, the safety could not have gotten there any quicker. He read it properly. It was just a great throw and a beautiful catch.
First down again. And it looks like Tech got a timeout before that ball was snapped.
Texas Tech takes its 2nd timeout of the half.
Well, that's the difficulty of playing against this team. Again, they're not a patient offense. They want to run the football. they want to draw all the attention to all the guys in the box, but then once they see that, all right, we've got you either in a man blitz or just a man coverage, they want to go straight over the top. It's a lot of 9 routes. It's a lot of deep 7 cuts out to the sidelines. Anytime you can play off that leverage of the singled up corner, that's where they're going to attack.
Tyler Cornelius, what a job he's had. You know, Coach Gundy was telling us, he said, listen, when you run my system, you got to be all in, and you got to run the whole show. That's what he likes most, he said about Cornelius. He's been here long enough. He knows the system. He does all the checks. It's not like he's looking to the sideline for plays. He does everything at the line, and he says he's got the maturity. He even joked, he said, listen, the kid's 23. He's been here so long, he even gets the senior discount at Denny's here in Stillwater.
He's been here a long time. They trust him. And I tell you what, that's the one thing that I was fascinated by. You see a lot of offenses, the quarterbacks will look to the side and get coaching. He's like, we don't coach like that. When they get the call, it's all up to them on the field.
He's out of Bushland, Texas. Play fake. Again, Wallace trying to break a tackle. But he's right there at that first down marker. Once again, they'll go with tempo. Hill gets the carry. Left side, we got a flag.
Looks like the area of a holding or maybe an illegal chop block by the offensive line.
Tech, they were trying to argue that they ripped the ball out of Justice Hill's arms.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Personal foul, hands to the face. Defense, number 60, correction, offense, number 67. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, chop block on the offense, number 56 and number 73. That penalty will be accepted. 15 yards from the previous spot. Second down.
You're going to get Larry Williams, the right guard, and Tevin Jenkins, the right tackle. And you see the contact. When you get 2 guys making initial contact with one player, one high and one low, that is a foul. You cannot do that on the offensive line.
So they'll move things back to the 34. 2nd and 16. The fake to Justice Hill. Cornelius up top. Wallace complete. Brought down at the 19. About a yard shy of that first down marker. Adrian Fry makes the stop.
Well, this is the challenge with playing against this offense. They play man-to-man, they get beat. They play off coverage, and they're going to get hit with all these stop routes.
Cornelius snap low. And he is dropped. Loses about 4. John Bonney.
Well, clearly not the outcome you want on 3rd and short. You need to catch that ball cleanly. You can clearly see that his mind was working faster than his body. Didn't put himself in the right position to catch the football, and out comes the field goal unit on what could have been a big 3rd down pickup.
So here's Matt Amendola. He's made 17 straight field goals. That's the longest active streak in the country. And make it 18 as he drills that one in. Leads the Big 12 in scoring, continues his streak. 10-7 the score here in the first. Two minutes left here in the first quarter. Big 12 opener between Texas Tech, Oklahoma State. 10-7's our score. Jake McClure kick things away for those Cowpokes. Daquan Bowman back deep along with Justice Parker. They'll start from the 25. Texas Tech will. You probably ask yourself, when was the last time they won here? Well, 2001. And Cliff Kingsbury was the quarterback. Led them to a 19-point victory, 49-30 was the final. Kingsbury had 440 yards passing, 4 TDs. November 10th of 2001, last time Tech has won here in Stillwater. It's been a long time coming.
Why based on that footage, that seemed like it was 50 years ago?
I know it didn't.
His shoulder pads are terrible. The quarterback sleeves are terrible.
Here's DeMarcus Felton. Hard runner, downfield type runner. And Justin Phillips makes the stop. The Cowpokes pick up a 5. Looking at 2nd and 5. Texas Tech. Bowman throws, got a man wide open. Complete. Wesley. Antoine Wesley with the one-handed grab.
Well, there have been a number of one-handed catches, unbelievable catches all season long by these wide receivers.
32-yard pickup. Bowman slings it again over the middle. Jadion High makes the catch. Once again, they go with tempo.
Well, you can see why that minimizes the front 4 of this defense. That's the strength of the defense. They like to get upfield and penetrate and cause a lot of chaos, and it's really hard to do that when that ball comes out in under 2 seconds.
Especially since Oklahoma State leads the country in sacks as well. Bowman, RPO over the middle. Austin inside the 10. And Tech is knocking on the door again.
And you can just see it with this defense. They're flat-footed. There's no proactive thinking. There's no anticipation. They just have to react to where the ball's going to be thrown. And with all that speed on the outside, especially when it comes across your face, it's so hard to react and get downhill and make clean tackles.
Antoine Wesley at the top of your screen. Sean Carter going in motion. He's got it. Flip there at the 2-yard line. Kenneth Edison Magruder makes the stop.
What it looks like to me, number 1, right here in your screen, Calvin Bundage seems a little banged up. He's one of the best players on defense. There he's right in the middle of your screen. Sort of watch him run. He sort of hobbles over there. He does not seem right.
That's going to be the final play of the first quarter. Boy, the pace has picked up. Oklahoma State with a 3-point lead. 10-7 the score. But the Red Raiders will begin the second quarter at the 2. Welcome back to Stillwater. Big 12 opener for Oklahoma State. Ranked 15th in the country, taking on Texas Tech. 10-7 the score as we get ready to begin the second quarter. Brian Custer with Ben Lieber. Dean Blandino, a rules expert, is with us as well. And here is the true freshman, Alan Bowman. Looking at 2nd and goal from the 2. Tayzon Henry. He's flanked out, now running in motion. And they give it on the reverse end to Kajon Carter. He scores. And Tech takes the lead.
Well, Carter's the guy that you have to be aware of all the time. You're going to see him right here. Watch him take that little inside handoff, reverse, quick little hitting reverse. Just as a defense, when you see everything going to your left, all of a sudden you get a quick, fast, small receiver that hides behind the line of scrimmage. He gets the quick reverse and takes it in for a touchdown and puts Texas Tech up on the board.
So far, the Red Raiders have run it 5 times, 18 passes. Clayton Hatfield comes in, knocks through the extra point. And the Red Raiders now up 4 And we thought we were going to have a high-scoring shootout. And so far, that's exactly what we got. And I go back to what Cliff Kingsbury was talking to us about when we were asking about the true freshman. He said, has anything surprised you? And he says, really, the only thing that has surprised him was that he said this kid continues to make the correct checks, the correct reads, and no picks so far through 4 games.
Well, the efficiency is there, but he says it's also, he had 2 years in high school running the air raid offense. You know, all this trickle-down effect of the air raid has gone all the way through the state of Texas and beyond. And he's ran this offense. He's familiar with the schemes, understands where Kingsbury wants him to throw the football. So he's been thrown in the fire a little bit because of the injury in the first game, and he's handled it so well. Again, the efficiency's there, the no interceptions, and just is smart about the football.
10 straight completions for the freshman. Hatfield will kick things away. Chuba Hubbard back deep. Oh, what a hit. Stood up right there at the 10. Let's get a quick game break. Greg Wolf.
Brian, thanks. Look who's back. The Heisman winner and hero for the Browns Thursday night win. Baker Mayfield on hand to see his Sooners face Army. Could we see back-to-back Heismans from Oklahoma quarterbacks? Kyler Murray making his case. Blows by that Army defense. 33-yard touchdown. Number 5, Oklahoma on top, 21-14, second quarter. Brian, Ben, back to you.
All right, thank you. Second quarter here as well as Taylor Cornelius. He's thrown for 118 thus far and a touchdown. To give to Justice Hill. Bounce it to the outside. Cuts it back. Picks up a couple.
Well, he took a little bit of a shot there at the end. I still think, as much as they like to throw the ball down the field, you have to still set it by running the football with Justice Hill. He hasn't got enough touches, I think, in this ball game so far. Keep pounding the rock with Justice.
You see, one of the refs told Justice to go off. Chuba Hubbard will replace him in the lineup. Cornelius flushed out of the pocket. He throws that one away. Eli Howard applying the pressure.
Well, they're looking for the wheel route. Again, they hit a wheel route for a touchdown, and there's Hubbard. This time it's perfectly executed defensively. They see it, and you see what happens after Cornelius sees the initial read, and that's covered on the outside. He has no choice but to throw the ball away.
3rd down and 7. Hubbard remains in the backfield. Cornelius over the middle. That's complete. Stoner. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 1st down, move the chains. 22-yard pickup for the Cowboys.
That stack formation is intentional because you can't put 2 guys on the line to chuck them.
That one's incomplete. He was looking for Stoner once again.
Well, again, that stack formation on the outside, you can only get 1 defender up on the line of scrimmage to disrupt that route. So the second receiver behind has an automatic free release, and that's exactly where Stoner was on that little quick hitting slant. The defender has to play off, so there's natural space, and Cornelius was able to hit him.
Play clock at 5. Cornelius down the sideline. Looking for Wallace. And he makes the catch.
Well, and DeMarcus Fields, number 23, was all over him as well, and he just elevates over the top. Is able to high point the ball and come down with it. He even got 2 feet in bounds.
27-yard pickup. Hubbard, left side. He's close to another 1st down after a pickup of 8. And once again, they go fast. Good hit. Dakota Allen makes the stop.
Well, there's Dakota Allen. That's the guy I know. If you're going to run downhill, you have to locate where number 40 is going to be. He has instincts. He understands how you can get exposed on defense, and he fills those holes so quickly. And then you see just how he finishes every tackle. He's going to throw his face in there. He's going to run his feet. He's going to form tackle. He's going to punish you every time he gets a chance.
3rd and 3. Oklahoma State's last 2 third downs. Complete for 22 and 31 yards. This is a run. Justice Hill. He's close. Depends on where they mark this one. Broderick Washington made the stop there for Tech. And they're going to mark that one just shy of the 1st down marker. So it's 4th down and decision time for Coach Gundy.
I say you go for it. You see the offensive lineman clapping to the sideline. Let's go. Let's run this play.
He's got J.D. King and Justice Hill in the backfield. Hill, the Big 12 rushing leader. They are 6 for 9 on 4th down so far this season, and they jumped.
Prior to the movement by the offense, timeout was called by Oklahoma State.
So they get the timeout before that movement. Well, you can say, whoo, if you're Coach Gundy. We'll be back. 14-10 to score here in the 2nd quarter. Welcome back to the 2nd quarter. 14-10 your score. Tech on top. Here is 4th down in about 1 for Oklahoma State. Taylor Cornelius, Justice Hill in the backfield. They give it to Hill, and he stopped short. Jordan Brooks came firing through, making the stop. The junior out of Houston.
You know, what an interesting offensive play call. It's just, here's the blitz off the side. Look how long it takes to get those pullers around, get the handoff off. They're blitzing off the outside, which you should do in this situation. Bring a bunch of guys and fill those gaps. A little curious on the offensive call. You had about just under a yard to go. You need a quick hitting play to get right downhill north and south. They choose to pull 2 offensive linemen all the way across the formation and hand the ball off. And what a play by Jordan Brooks, blitzing off the outside to stop Oklahoma State on 4th down.
Justice denied by Tech. So here comes Bowman. What? You don't like that one?
I don't know. It kind of works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go with it, though.
All right. How about we go with this? What do you think about Alan Bowman here? Since the start, 10 straight, 142, 2 touchdown passes. True freshman, folks, 18. Won't be 19 until next year.
And he's been so accurate, especially on some of the balls on the outside.
Bowman. He throws that one over the head of Keshawn Carter, but we got a flag. Carter's complaining.
Like maybe a defensive hold, but my goodness, how about the arm strength of Bowman throwing off his back foot, and he laid that thing out there just a half a step too far in front.
Pass interference. Defense, number 28. The 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic. 1st down.
Thabo Mwaniki.
You'll see him, see the both hands right around the waist. That's what they called. That's the pass interference. He impeded the receiver just a little bit. It wasn't a big grab, but it's enough. And it's especially when you look visually, you see both hands go around the waist. They're going to throw that flag every time.
Bowman over the middle again. And overthrew him, intercepted. Jarek Bernard with the interception. And if I'm not mistaken, the first of the season for Oklahoma State, 16-yard return.
Well, Bernard's going to be on the right side of your screen, and Bowman doesn't see him at all. Bowman was shading the receivers over the top on the right side of the defense. And Bowman thought, hey, I can test the middle of this field. He puts a lot of air on it, allows Bernard to come over and make the play.
First interception of the season for Bowman. And Oklahoma State's defense have now forced a turnover in 31 straight games.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why I would go back and still support going for it on fourth down, because you have a great defense. This Texas Tech offense isn't very good. Defense is not very good either.
Here's Cornelius. Looking, plenty of time. Complete. That's Jalen McCleskey.
And per usual, they're going to run up and try to get another snap off before the defense can get set.
22 yards. They go empty set here. Under pressure. He throws that one away. Colin Hill.
They like to do a lot of that hurry up, and then they get a bunch of receivers to one side and single up the receiver on the other side, and that's exactly what they tried to do there. Singled up a receiver on the right side. That's exactly where he wanted to throw the ball, but he was covered and the pressure got to him.
They fake the jet sweep. Cornelius to the outside, too high though for Tyron Johnson. Third down and 10.
You know, going back to that almost sack there on the previous play, a lot of that was just because of the offensive line. It wasn't a special blitz, nothing exotic, nothing that they hadn't seen before, but this offensive line has been an issue throughout this whole season so far, as they've been awfully leaky in basically every game they played, not doing a great job physically in the run game, and giving up easy pressures like that in the pass game.
That pass complete to slant. Tylan Wallace. They pull him down at the 12. And here they go again. They run up to the line of scrimmage. 18-yard pickup.
Single receiver left side.
Here's Justice Hill. He scores. Cowboys take the lead. Justice Hill has now scored a rushing touchdown in 10 straight games.
Well, as you can see, they hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage, keep your defense guessing. And again, look at the finish from Justice Hill. He's not an overly big back, but he's a really strong back with his lower body. You can see the upper body strength to hold off the defender.
Extra point is good. And back and forth we go. Oklahoma State now. 3-point lead. Justice Hill gets in. 17-14's our score. Three-point lead for those Oklahoma State Cowboys. I got a feeling her arms are going to be swole by the end of the night.
I'm hoping that she doesn't do that for every point score, does she?
Yes, she does.
Can't they alternate?
5 plays, 53 yards. Justice Hill gets in from 13.
Those are good push-ups, too. Full extension. That's going to be tired after this one.
Jake McClure will kick things away. Quan Bowman. We got a touchback. Hey, Thursday nights about to get a lot bigger as Fox becomes the new network home for Thursday night football. You got Ben Lieber's former squad, the Vikings, Rams, a battle of the NFC heavyweights, Thursday, 7:30 Eastern on Fox. Also live on the NFL Network and streaming on Prime Video. Now it's a game. I guess I know where you'll be.
You're right, man. That's the two heavyweights in the NFC. I cannot wait for that game. Two great defenses, a lot of things to watch on offense. It's going to be a great Thursday night.
Where here comes the showman, Alan Bowman. And the give goes to DeMarcus Felton, left side.
You know, we talked to Coach Kingsbury about his offense and about balance, and he's like, you know, I don't really care about balance. I mean, I want to run the football, but we win games by throwing the ball around. And we don't always have to run the football. We don't have to find that quote-unquote balance, but we're going to do it a little bit. And you can see when they do it sometimes, they can be awfully successful.
Felton remains in the backfield. They got 3 up top. Bowman going up top. He's got a man. He's got a step. It's complete. What a catch by Seth Collins, the junior out of San Diego.
All of these receivers can catch. Watch the end of this play. Light little layout there. Has to sacrifice his body. He knows he's going to get hit by the safety, but I'm going to go back to the throw again. This is a freshman quarterback making these throws. He's putting the ball exactly where it needs to go.
31 yards. The slant. Zach Alston.
You go back to the last possession where Bowman throws the ball over the middle, doesn't see the safety, shading on the other side, puts too much air on and gets the ball picked off. And what does he come back and do on this series? They're dialing up shots down the field. There's no fear and there's no flinch from the freshman quarterback.
And he is spreading it around. We now 6 Red Raiders have got multiple catches in this game. Bowman again, plenty of time, and slings it out to Felton. Calvin Bundage knocks him out of bounds.
And what I liked about that play is not only the protection, but Bowman kind of went through his progressions. He went all the way from the right, all the way to the left, and he knew in his mind that he had an outlet pass to the left where the running back was just going to sneak out, and that's where he could throw the outlet just to give his offense another chance.
TJ Vasher at the top of your screen. Antoine Wesley at the bottom of your screen. They go 5 wide. 3rd and 5. And Bowman's going to call a timeout. So we'll take a pause as well. 3-point lead for the Cowboys here in the second quarter. All right, Stoner, thank you. Second quarter, 9 minutes till the half. Big 3rd down here for Texas Tech. 3rd and 9. Bowman, blitz coming. They fall back. Under pressure, he throws it up. And we got flags all over the floor.
Well, he got a free play. We're going to get a defense jumping across the neutral zone. A jump ball on the outside, and I believe there's going to be pass interference on the corner as well.
He was throwing that up for TJ Vasher.
There are 2 fouls on the defense. Offside, defense number 94 in the neutral zone snap. That penalty's declined. Pass interference, defense. That's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So they'll take pass interference on A.J. Green.
Well, the top of the screen, there's your neutral zone infraction. Bowman knows that, hey, I got a free play and a free shot as well. I'm going to throw it up to one of my big receivers, see if he can make a play, and if anything else, draw a pass interference. That's exactly what happened on a huge 3rd down conversion for Texas Tech.
The fake to Tazon Henry. Bowman under pressure, escapes, throws, and another flag is thrown.
I think we're probably going to get the lineman down the field. As it was a full play action to the offensive left, and because he was buying all that time, they just kept floating down the field,
The quarterback legally grounded the ball out of bounds. Therefore, there is no foul on the play for ineligible downfield. 2nd down.
So no flag, they pick it up.
We'll just watch all of these guys running to the right of your screen, and they're just kind of see how they're just kind of meandering around going down the field. But you heard the call. Does not constitute as illegal men down the field because he got outside the pocket and threw the ball away.
So Roderick Thompson checks in. The jet sweep to Quan Bowman. Right side. He's dropped after about a pickup of 4 by Justin Phillips. So we're looking at 3rd down once again for Tech.
Well, another huge 3rd down. They got gifted a 1st down earlier with the jumping offside by the defense, a pass interference, a 15-yard penalty on the defense, gave them an automatic 1st down. So another big 3rd down opportunity here for the young freshman.
Antoine Wesley at the bottom of your screen. TJ Vasher at the top. He loves to go to these guys in critical situations. Tazon Henry in the backfield. Bowman over the middle, and flag is thrown.
Are we going to get a hold on Bundage, number 1?
Holding. Defense, number 1. It's a 10-yard penalty from half the distance to go from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
We'll take a look at Bundage. Gets his feet crossed up. And what's he have to do to recover? A slight little pull there on his right hand. And I'm telling you what, we talked about Bundage being a little gimped up earlier on. They got to do something about it. He's largely ineffective right now because he's hobbling around. Looks like a lower body injury. And that's the reason why he had to wrap his right hand around and pull the jersey of that receiver. But he is not 100%.
Now 1st and goal for Tech. From the 9. Inside handoff. Thompson. Touchdown. Red Raiders, and they take the lead.
And they're going to say he was short of the goal line.
Check that. They will mark him at the 1.
Let's take a look at the end of the run here. Tripped up. Oh, his knee does not touch the ground. You can put your hand on the ground.
Look at that. The hand. I thought that was a touchdown.
I think you're right, Brian. I don't think that his knee ever really truly hit the ground.
Cliff thought it was as well. But they mark it at the 1. And there Thompson gets it in. And Tech retakes the lead.
Been really impressed with Texas Tech's offensive line and their philosophy going into this game. If you go back and watch the Houston game playing against Ed Oliver, they did a lot of the same stuff. They're just going to turn the offensive line bodies and get the running back to go right behind them. That seals off any sort of vertical penetration by this defensive line and gets the guys out on the edges.
Freshman out of Dallas gets his 1st score of the season. Hatfield knocks through the extra point, and we got ourselves a shootout here in Stillwater. 4-point lead for the Red Raiders. Welcome back to Stillwater, aided by some costly penalties for Oklahoma State. Texas Tech converts some 3rd downs, get into the end zone. 8 plays, 75 yards. They do it in 3 minutes, 25 seconds. 21-17 your score. As Clayton Hatfield will kick things away. Chuba Hubbard back deep for Oklahoma State. We take a look what the QBs have done so far. Both these guys have thrown for over 200. Bowman has thrown his first interception of the year, but he's got a couple of touchdown passes. And Cornelius, 211, he's got touchdown passes as well, Ben Lieber.
I'm just really impressed, really, by both of them. They both have shown tremendous poise. You know, Bowman's had a bunch of huge throws that he just put in a perfect spot in tight coverage. And the thing I like about him, again, is he threw that interception earlier and came right back on the next series and didn't flinch at all and got the ball down the field.
This is J.D. King with the carry. That's a pickup of 6. Inside 7 minutes until the half. Pressure, Cornelius, and sacked. Jashawn Johnson, welcome back. Seeing his first action of the season. And he comes in, the senior, out of Enos, Texas, makes the stop. He's the son of a former Cowboy, Keith Davis. That one's complete. Jalen McCleskey.
You hear the crowd. They're wanting a little excessive penalty there at the end. There was a tackle on the outside, on the sidelines, and then there was the little throw down of the receiver, and the crowd wanted a flag on that play. But what a nice job by Texas Tech's defense and how to respond. Your offense comes down the field, puts you in the lead. And this defense needs some confidence. Has not played well throughout this whole season so far. It's a young season. And David Gibbs, the defensive coordinator, has a lot of faith in these guys, but they have not performed. They're performing really well so far right now.
Zach Siner will punt things away. First punt here for the Cowboys since their opening drive. Fair caught by Daquan Bowman. We take a look here, and you look at what Bowman has done here in his first 2 starts. Nearly 900 yards, 7 TDs. Hey, Baker Mayfield, people forget he started his career out here at Texas Tech.
That's right. I mean, he had a heck of a game on Thursday night playing for the Browns. But the thing that stands out the most is, which obviously we highlighted here on the graphic, is the 0 interceptions. This system allows quarterbacks to make plays, and they don't have to throw necessarily in tight windows. They don't have to necessarily break down defensive coverages, to read safeties, to read some of the things that happen. And as you can see right here, Patrick Mahomes clearly paying attention to his alma mater and Alan Bowman, and says, congrats, my man, you got a bright future ahead. And I think so too. This young man has proven it. He belongs on this stage.
This is Henry getting the carry. Brock Martin makes the stop. So far for Tech, this first half. First series, they punted it away, but since then, they've gone touchdown, touchdown, thrown an interception, and then touchdown. This is 2nd and 9.
They saw the fake pressure, the 4th man pressure by the linebacker in the middle. They looked to the sideline and changed the play.
Henry, left side. He's brought down after a pickup of a couple.
Now, I agree right now, it's a part of the philosophy that you can run the football on these guys. The defense for Oklahoma State, you see a wholesale change right now. They are getting tired, which means that you can run the ball and try to run the ball on them. But at the same time, stay aggressive. Don't put your offense in 3rd long situations when you've got a young quarterback.
Empty set, 5 wide. For the Red Raiders, looking at 3rd and 7. Their last drive, they got key penalties that aided them on 3rd down. Over the middle, wide open. Jadion High.
And Oklahoma State was late getting to their blitz. They checked out of their coverage into a blitz and left a void right in the middle of the field.
Pick up a 15. Quick out there. Zach Austin. Cross midfield. We got a flag on the play.
We got a flag on the opposite side of where the action happened.
12 men on defense. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is 1st down.
So they'll keep the 14-yard pickup.
You'll see the quick tempo. Look at that melee of guys going on and off the field. They lose count, leave an extra player on the field. And you can see him run off before the ball got snapped.
TJ Vasher in motion. Henry to give, cuts it back. Puts his head down, and he's about 2 yards shy of a 1st down. Jarek Bernard, first man to hit him.
Well, now that's what you want on 1st down. Give yourself 2nd and manageable. Now you can open up the playbook. You can run, you can pass here. You have options. You're going to put the defense at a disadvantage.
2nd and 3 now. That's complete. JDN high. First down. They'll move the sticks. 3:30 until the half.
And they view all of those throws out on the outside as if that's a run. Just put the ball in their playmaker's hands, see if they can pick up a first down using their legs.
Keep in mind, Texas Tech will also get the football at the beginning of the second half. Henry. Round down the sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line. That's a 16-yard pickup for Henry.
This is the part of the offense that you can get a tendency on. If you see a guard pull, they're going to take you to the ball carrier, but it's awfully hard as a defense when you're sucking wind and you're trying to get some air. Sometimes that thought process doesn't go through your brain.
The longest run of the night for Tech. Bowman keeps it. He runs out of bounds.
Pretty wise there by the quarterback, young quarterback. No need to take an unnecessary hit. He's feeling it right now. He knows how important he is to this team. I know he wants to show his toughness, but in those situations, just self-preservation is key.
Tech lines up with 3 at the bottom of your screen. Henry in the backfield. That's TJ Vasher at the top of your screen. He's the 6'6" sophomore. This is Henry. He's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Devin Harper.
Well, here's the key defender right here. He doesn't get fooled at all. He's the one that makes the running back have to stop his feet. He just came off the line of scrimmage as if he was on an outside blitz, unblocked. And sometimes you don't have to make the tackle to be a disruptive force and allow your teammates to go in and make the play.
3rd and 9.
Check out the single high receiver on the top of your screen.
That's Vasher. Bowman's looking for him. He goes 6'6" and overthrows him. A.J. Green was right with him.
Well, like you said, Brian, they like that matchup. When you've got Vasher at 6'6", there's not a whole lot of corners that can match up physically with that height and that strength. And again, they go 3 receivers to the left, him on the right, they single him up. Why not take a shot down the field?
Here's Clayton Hatfield. This is from 31 yards out. He has an 83% accuracy percentage thus far on the season when it comes to field goals. It's good. And Tech extends their lead to 7. 24-17. Minute 40. College football kicks off next Saturday on FS1 as Michigan State takes on in-state foe Central Michigan. And then we got a Big 12 showdown as Texas takes on Ben Lieber's alma mater, K-State. All starts 11:30 a.m. Eastern on FS1 and Fox Sports app.
Oh boy, my K-State Wildcats took one right on the nose today. Boy,
they sure did.
Oh boy, West Virginia.
Career. So let me add my Heisman stats.
Yeah, from what I saw, it was not pretty. Hang in there, boys.
So here comes Taylor Cornelius and his Cowboys offense. They've got a $140. Cornelius is thrown for 219. He's got Justice Hill in the backfield with him.
Now you have plenty of time. You have 2 timeouts, 140. There's no reason to panic in this situation.
And wide open is Tyron Johnson.
Well, that's going to be the trick here for Texas Tech's defense is how much cushion do you give the guys on the outside? You want nothing cheap over the top. You're going to have to give these guys some space, but you have to make tackles.
Handoff, Hill, right side. Dakota Allen makes the stop.
Boy, Dakota Allen was real close to missing that tackle, but he locked him up and got him down.
Hill again, trying to get to that edge. John Bonnie makes the stop. It's a first down, though.
And again, you can understand now they can run the football. That's exactly why they're doing it. The clock is ticking down with 2 timeouts, though you still have time to run through.
Under pressure up top, Cornelius throws and overthrows Tyron Johnson.
Well, that's exactly what you don't want on the outsides, to get the receiver over the top of you. There's some tremendous speed out there, and a little interesting letting that ball drop just outside of the stripe. Kind of looked like to me he could have made a better effort there at the end of that play.
Entering this game, OSU, and I'm talking about Oklahoma State and Ohio State. Only 2 ranked in the top 20 in both passing and rushing. That's Chuba Hubbard. That went nowhere. We're under a minute now until the half. Keep in mind, 2 timeouts. Cornelius under pressure, flushed and tripped. Eli Howard.
Boy, they ran a stunt on the inside, and it was Howard out on the edge that just trips his feet. He lost contain, and he knows I have to make the play. If I'm going to come inside on this stunt and he breaks contain, I better hurry up and make the tackle. And he does a great job with just the foot swipe. And now look at Oklahoma State.
That was critical. They lose 8 on that one. So 4th and 19, and I think they're just going to let this thing go to the half. What a half of football we've had. So your score, 24-17, the score here at the half. Let's send you to Los Angeles in Rob Stone. Welcome back to Stillwater. Big 12 opener between 15th ranked Oklahoma State and Texas Tech, and it's the Red Raiders 7-point lead as we begin the second half. Brian Custer alongside Ben Lieber inside a broadcast booth. And how about the first half? We knew it was going to be a shootout. 2 of the top scoring offenses in the Big 12 in the nation. We had that. And what about the play of Texas Tech's freshman quarterback, the showman, Alan Bowman, throws for nearly 250, 2 touchdowns. But you say the first half, dare I say, Tech defense?
I know. Listen,
story?
I get it. I know they've given up almost 300 yards in the first half. I get all, but you know what? This is a defense that's struggled all season long and really been the weak link of their team. And they've come out and made plays when they need to. That was a 4th down stop you saw right there. They're constantly pressuring the quarterback. They're making plays when they need to, getting sacks. I tell you what, they have played really, really strong and not made it easy at all for this Oklahoma State offense.
And it is Texas Tech that will receive the football here in the second half. With that 7-point lead. They'll start from the 25. And here comes Alan Bowman, true freshman. Threw for 605 yards last week, 5 TDs. Texas Tech rolling up over 300 yards of total offense. And how about the 17 minutes that they held the football? You talked about ball control.
Yeah, I did. I thought going into the game that they needed to control the football. Again, you don't always have to do that running the ball. You can do that in this offense by throwing the ball horizontally, just picking up first downs and keeping control of the ball, tiring out this defense, but also keeping your defense off the field.
2001, last time Tech has won here in Stillwater. And here comes DeMarcus Felton, downhill. And he's out near midfield.
Well, the coaches love the way he runs. They say he runs so strong, and you're going to see him right here. Watch him burst through that line. Has the strength to break tackles and pick up a big gain.
And he's off and running again, this time down the right side. Pushed out of bounds by Kenneth Edison Magruder. That's a pickup of 14.
So you can't start much hotter than this right now for Texas Tech's offense. 2 big gains, keeping this defense already on their heels.
Tazon Henry will check in. In case you're wondering, Cliff Kingsbury and Texas Tech 26-4. And they were leading at the half under Cliff Kingsbury. Henry, right side, 35. Brought down at about the 34. A.J. Green was the first one to meet him.
Well, and again, the philosophy that they took last week against Houston was let's go horizontal. Let's test them on the edges. If the strength of that Houston defense last week was the penetration from the middle, well, let's see if we can do the same thing against this Oklahoma State defensive front four. Those guys like to get vertical, so why not hit them on the edges?
2001, last time Tech has won here in Stillwater. The fake and pass to the outside. It's complete to Jadon High. He's across the 20. Pushed out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 20-yard line.
Well, again, what makes this offense so tough is the run pass option. They pull the guards across, making it look like it's a hard run, then they throw it to the outside.
Zach Austin with the catch. He's brought down at the 17. Jared Bernard making the stop.
I thought for a second there he was going to pitch it back to try to extend the play.
Bowman. Complete, well, out of the hands. Jadon High had it, dropped it.
I think Jadon High may have seen the safety lurking there to put a hit on him. Short-armed it a little bit, looked up to see the safety to see if he was going to get hit. You know, sometimes on those slants you're going to be running in traffic. You have to have better concentration, especially down here in the red zone.
Marcus Felton has checked in. It's 3rd and 7.
Watch that middle linebacker blitz.
T.J. Vasher's at the bottom of your screen. Bowman looking left, up top, and that's complete. Seth Collins makes the catch.
Well, this is really where you can use your big wide receivers. Wesley is 6'5", Vasher's 6'6". This is the area where you're going to have a height advantage, where you can have some jump balls in the end zone.
First down. So far, Tech perfect in the red zone when it comes to scoring. Here's Felton, left side. He's brought down at the 5-yard line. Second and goal.
Well, this is a situation now where they bring in their bigs, but you also have a lot of room. You're on that left hash, and for a right-handed quarterback, the easier throws is to the right side of the field. You have all that grass, and again, you've got a big body receiver out there.
Vasher at the bottom of your screen. He's 6'6". Wesley at the top. He's 6'5". They're going to Vasher. Jumps, knocked away, and did he make the interception, A.J. Green? He does! What a defensive play by the Cowboys!
Well, the guy that had 4 interceptions last season comes up with a huge play. You see the ball get tipped.
Wow.
Oh, was that left foot, though? Did that left foot come down out of bounds in the white when he got possession of the ball? There's the tip. That's possession, I'm going to guess, and the right foot is in bounds, so I'm going to guess that's going to stay. And we guessed right. They're going to go to the big wide receiver, Vasher on the right side. They match up their 6'1" corner on him, and A.J. Green gets a huge takeaway in the end zone.
FS1 College Football is presented by American Express. Don't live life without it. Third quarter, 24-17 as Oklahoma State comes up with a big turnover. Here's Cornelius. Fakes right, comes back left, and throws that one in the dirt. Tyron Johnson.
Well, let's go back to that interception. Here's what happened on the sidelines. Here's Coach Kingsbury looking at his young quarterback, coaching him up. My guess is he's saying, hey, you got to spin that thing a little bit more on the outside. Take it away from the defender. Any chance that he can make a play on the ball, you've got the height advantage. You've got room in that back corner. Just spin it a little bit further on the outside where only your receiver can go get it.
Second interception of the night for the freshman to go along with his 2 touchdown passes. Taylor Cornelius looks right again, over the middle, looking left, and incomplete. Again, looking for Johnson.
Well, a lot of credit to John Boney there, the safety for Texas Tech. He did a nice job of just being patient. Cornelius had so much time to scan the field from right to left, and sometimes that can be really hard for a safety because you want to break and go on and make a play, but he waited for the quarterback to throw. There was enough air on it. He ran over to try to make a play on the ball.
3rd and 10. Right outside to the flat. Justice Hill. He's brought down a yard behind the line of scrimmage to Sean Johnson.
Well, what a terrific matchup out here. You see the wide set by the running back, and Dakota Allen, the linebacker who's lined up on him, knows he's going to go out to the flat. Takes a little bit of a poor angle, but he still gets involved in the play because his defenders are running to the football. Look at all these white shirts in on the play, and Dakota Allen comes and thumps him right at the end.
Zach Seiner will be punting things away. Daquan Bowman standing at his own 30.
Oklahoma State takes its first time out of the half.
Mike Gundy was going to talk things over. We'll take a break as well. We're in the 3rd quarter. Tech with a 7-point lead here in Stillwater. Welcome back to Stillwater in the 3rd quarter. 7-point lead for Texas Tech. Zach Seiner punt things away. He's standing at his own 5, and back deep for Tech, Daquan Bowman, senior out of Millville, New Jersey. He fumbled a punt last week against Houston. Calls for the fair catch. Hey, Fox Sports and Wendy's brings you CFB Now. It's hosted by Jenny Taft, bringing you the fan, the best of college football throughout the season. You can check it out tonight after Wisconsin and Iowa on Twitter at the handle CFB on Fox. 42-yard punt by Seiner. And here comes the freshman, Alan Bowman, after throwing that interception in the end zone. See, he's thrown for 267, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Well, last time he threw a pick, they went right back down the field, stayed aggressive.
To the outside. Wesley, like he's going to pass it, and he's dropped. Justin Phillips makes the tackle.
Let's take a look here. This kind of looks like it's already a forward pass. Oh, it was close. You're going to have that sort of play call. You got to make sure that you're throwing that ball behind you, just so there's no 2 illegal forward passes.
It's a loss of 2. The fake to Henry, slant, complete. Austin brought down at the 47.
You know, that's not unusual for Texas Tech to pull out some of these trick plays, so to speak. They like to do it just to give the defense another wrinkle to look at, check their discipline, making sure that they're playing their keys, and if they're not, they're going to hit you over the top.
3rd and 3. Tech 4 of 6 on 3rd down so far in this game. Henry right up the gut, across midfield. First down, and again, they go with tempo. Bowman, he'll throw it away.
Well, they went double stacks on the outside with the receivers, trying to create some separation, some natural separation by doing that. Nice job by the defense covering everything up, and then you see finally the defensive front getting some pressure on Bowman. They have not done a good job of that. They've come into this game as the #1 defense when it comes to sacks, and they have not put a lot of pressure on this Texas Tech young quarterback.
Yeah. Cowboys came into this game with 16 sacks on the season. Bowman, again, over the middle, complete. Seth Collins has made some big catches.
Well, and sometimes when you play zone, you leave holes and voids open in the middle of the field, and Bowman sees that for a nice first down.
Picks up 20, and Bowman again to the outside. Incomplete. Again, looking for T.J. Vasher. And he's had a battle with A.J. Green.
Yeah, he really has. And I think A.J. Green did a really good job. I'm glad the officials let them hand fight down the field. The contact by both the receiver and the corner. I think this was a good no call. I know he was probably looking for pass interference, but they were both sort of hand fighting going down the field. So, again, Texas Tech, they will surprise you sometimes getting the ball down the field vertically.
Cliff Kingsbury and Bowman want to talk it over. They're going to call a timeout here in the third. 9 minutes left here in the quarter. Tech holding on to a 7-point lead. FS1 College Football is presented by American Express. Don't live life without it. 9 minutes, 4 seconds left here in the third. Texas Tech holding on to a 7-point lead over 15th-ranked Oklahoma State. Tech first in the country, total yards passing, third in points scored, putting up 55 a game. They're looking at 2nd and 10. Inside handoff. Felton spins out of one tackle to the 5. Touchdown, Texas Tech. 27 yards. The senior out of Houston.
Well, they get him with the window dressing with that short, quick motion, and then it's just the inside handoff to Felton. Watch how the defense has to honor this motion going across. You get the polars coming from right to left, and then it's just sheer effort. The spin, the stiff arm, touchdown Felton.
He's got 80 yards rushing on 6 carries. Extra point is good. And Tech now up 14 in the third quarter thanks to DeMarcus Felton. DeMarcus Felton now has 3 touchdowns on the season as the Red Raiders go 7 plays, 62 yards, did it under 2 minutes. Felton clapped it off. And now Cliff Kingsbury's Red Raiders have now racked up 17 unanswered points here. They've got themselves a 2-touchdown lead. Get a game break. Here's Greg Wolf.
Brian, thanks to Norman, number 5 Oklahoma having all kinds of problems with that triple option attack from Army. Andy Davidson caps off a 19-play, 85-yard drive. It ate up 10 minutes, 47 seconds. Army, Oklahoma all tied at 21 in the fourth quarter. Brian, Ben, back to you.
Man.
Did I hear that right?
Yes, you did. Oh, my.
Whoa. Those option teams are tough.
Yes, they are. Here's Taylor Cornelius. They give Justice Hill up the middle. Justice Hill down the sideline. And dragged down by Douglas Coleman.
Well, it's been all about the big play for Justice Hill. It's either feast or famine there. On that particular run, he feasted on this defense.
He went 37 yards. Cornelius over the middle. That's complete. Tylan Wallace dropped at the 20. 17-yard pickup.
And again, they're going quick, trying to keep Texas Tech on their heels.
Wallace now 7 catches, 126 yards receiving. Cornelius. That one's incomplete and threw that one behind Jalen McCleskey.
Well, let's go back to how this whole thing started off. Watch the polars from right to left. That's all you needed. That's the smallest seam for him to run through, and he hits it at full speed. And then you see his ability to pull away from people, make plays down the field.
J.D. King is checked in for Oklahoma State. He's in the backfield. Cornelius, the draw. King up the middle. Inside the 20, Nick McCann makes the stop.
All right, a big-time critical third down here for Oklahoma State. They need to answer. 17 consecutive points here by Texas Tech. They need to come out here and find a special play to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers.
3rd and 8. Cornelius pumps, flushed out. That's incomplete. Intended for J.D. King.
Well, they tried to get the back out of the backfield again. They've been pretty successful a couple times in this game. Coverage was great down the field. Thought maybe he had a one-on-one matchup on the outside. You get a fall down by the receiver there, and there's really no other option to throw the ball. He tried to fit it in the tight window, and here we go, trying for 3 points here to stop the scoring streak for Texas Tech.
Yeah, here's Amendola. He's already made one tonight. This one's from 36. Now got a string of 18 straight field goals, longest in the country. And he missed it.
Well, why'd you have to go and do that there, Brian? Now, you talked about the streak already, and he's made them. You don't need to bring the streak up again.
Man.
That's your fault.
It's been a long time coming. Matt Amendola has missed a field goal. Redshirt junior out of Oklahoma. In fact, he hadn't missed one since season opener against Tulsa last year. Right here in Stillwater.
Well, this defense is still hyped, trying to get this crowd back into it, trying to get some energy back into the stadium, this beautiful stadium. When they want to get loud, they can get awfully loud here.
Here's Bowman in that Tech offense. Felton, left side, he's loose again. Brought down right at the first down marker by Kobe Peel.
But again, they're getting those pullers in the game. Those big offensive linemen are getting up to the second level and opening holes in the run game.
Felton's got 89 yards rushing now. They fake it to Felton. They'll throw the slant to Jadian High.
And what do they keep doing? They just keep picking up first downs, pick up first downs. They're going to grind this thing out. They've shown an ability now to run the football. They've done it in creative ways by deception, playing with the keys of the linebackers.
Said first down. That's their 25th first down of the night for Texas Tech.
The field on the previous play was a completed catch for a first down. That play's under further review.
Take another look at the catch by the 6-year senior. Take another look at it. It's been.
All right, it's going to be the right side of your screen. A little slant pass.
Not from that angle. Let's see this one. Oh, right there, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can see space and air in between both of his arms as he's on the ground. But the question is then, is it enough?
Did he lose it? Did he lose it? He's trying to say he kept it on his hip.
All right, if you had to give your best guess, what do you think they do with this play?
Let's see from this back end view. Knee down. Oof.
I think it's a catch. I actually think that there was enough possession of the ball on the initial catch, contact with the ball, and then his knee goes down. So therefore, the play should be dead.
I would say under the rules we had last year, before they revised the catch stuff, I would say it would be incomplete. The way they rule things now, I would probably say, hey, look, they'll keep it as called and say completed catch. But if we were going by what we were talking about last year before they revised these catching rules, .645 here left in the third. They take another look at this catch by J.D. on high. It would be for a first down.
We'll take another look at it here. To me, he has possession. He loses possession there. I think that that's a completed catch.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Catch, first down.
There you go. Ben Lieber, rules expert.
Let me go ahead and put that in the tally mark right there. Got one.
So 1st and 10 for Tech. The drive continues.
You know, look at the big picture here, though. It's a 3-score game for Oklahoma State. I know that the clock is winding down, the waning minutes here of the third quarter. Every possession is going to be crucial now for their offense. Whenever they get the football back, they need to score virtually every time they go out.
And how about them getting it done running the football as opposed to through the air? Goes back to what you pointed out at the beginning, ball control. This is Henry. Not much there at all. Alvin Bundage. The rest of the Cowboys make the stop.
Well, and this time there's no pullers, and they're just going to go straight up zone blocking. And that's where this defense can really get on the edges of the offensive lineman, cause the penetration. And you see Bundage coming there, who have not called his name very much, has had very little impact in this game. A lack of blitzing because they have to play straight up defense, but he finally makes his presence felt.
Antoine Wesley up top. And that's who he's looking for, but he threw it low. A.J. Green, best corner for the Cowboys.
Well, now here we go, 3rd and long, and we were always told as a defense that 3rd and long, screens and draws, always be alert.
True freshman, Alan Bowman. And Tech have completed 71% of their 3rd down. Under pressure, and he's sacked! Mike Scott gets to Bowman, The team that leads the nation in sacks finally get one tonight.
Well, smartly, Oklahoma State, they did a wholesale change out on the defensive front. They wanted fresh legs on the outside and up front to cause penetration. That's the reason why you had a reserve backup defensive end come in on third down with fresh legs, and you see the get off just beats the left tackle to the edge and gets a key sack on third down.
Everybody in the stadium is standing up. Dominic Panazzolo in to punt things away. He's only had one return on him. It is a loose ball, and Tech comes up with another turnover. Tylan Wallace fumbles it away. Rico Jeffers recovers.
Well, this ball just floats in the air, and he misjudges the distance. He was about a half a step short of catching that right in the breadbasket. Has to lean out, catch it with his hands, and then all that traffic. And Texas Tech takes over on offense once again.
Under 5 minutes here in the third. After Oklahoma State's defense comes up with a big stop, they turn it over, and it's been Oklahoma State special teams that's been great so far this season.
Watch the deep shots on sudden change.
Blitz, quick to Wesley. Down the sideline, pushed out of bounds. At the 28, Justin Phillips. That's a pickup of 13. Bowman races him to the line of scrimmage. Pitches it to Felton, right side, cuts back. He's inside the 20.
Now once again, big pickup on first down. You give yourself second and short. Really opens up the playbook now. Now the defense has to guess. Are they going to run the ball, which they've had a lot of success? A lot of short motions, getting some offensive linemen to pull. Or are they going to throw the ball again on the outside?
The freshman, Tazan Henry, checks into the backfield. They fake the reverse. Henry, left side. Knocked out of bounds at the 9.
Now, I tell you what, Cliff Kingsbury has called a great game offensively. You see the short motion I was talking about. And then they fake that reverse. That's what all that deception and motion during the course of the game will set up. You have to honor that sometimes as a defense because they've been doing it with success, and then all of a sudden they fake the pitch, fake the reverse, keep it and pick up a first down.
So Roderick Thompson checks into the backfield for the Red Raiders. Wesley up top. Thompson left side, picks up a couple.
And again, we talk about, look at that clock winding down. 3-score game, you've got momentum. You're knocking on the door again of another score. At worst, a field goal attempt. But they're going to milk this clock now. Understand that their defense for Texas Tech has been lights out.
Here's Bowman from the diamond formation. 5 on the play clock. Henry. Third and goal for Tech.
All right, do they go back to the fade ball? This is the other hash mark. The last time he threw a fade ball in the end zone, it was picked off.
They line up 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. Thompson in the backfield.
Again, stack formations, giving yourself some separation from the second level defender.
We got a timeout. 2 minutes left here in the third. Welcome back to Stillwater. Big 12 opener. Oklahoma State Ranked 15th in the country. They're unbeaten. Texas Tech. They've got one loss on the season. Last time they've beaten the Cowboys, 2008. Last time they've won here in Stillwater, 2001.
And a touchdown here is going to put Oklahoma State in dire straits, as they're going to need to have some quick scores, some defensive stops, and another few scores to come back in this game.
Battle, people. Everyone's up in the stadium. Fakes it to Felton. Under pressure. He's sacked. Mike Scott. Trey Carter.
Well, the coverage was there. They go with a quick play action to try to open up a window. And it was just the pressure on the outside along with the coverage. And the only saving grace is he got right back to the middle of the football field for his field goal kicker.
Here's Clayton Hatfield. This is from 32 yards out. And he drills it. Tech now up 34-17. Minute 25 left here in the third quarter. Cliff Kingsbury, head coach of Texas Tech, thinking to himself, is this the night I get my first win against Oklahoma State as a head coach? He won here back in 2001 when he was a player.
And you know that he has to be thinking about that. I know the coaches want to stay in the moment, play by play, but you're entering the fourth quarter now, 34-17. You got to imagine that that emotion is right there in the front of his brain. He could pull off a huge upset here in Stillwater.
Hatfield will kick things away. Chuba Hubbard back deep. He's going to return this one. And he's brought down at the 12. Good coverage. Mike Gundy. Largest deficit his Oklahoma State Cowboys have overcome, 20 points. That was against Colorado.
Well, and the thing is, they have the offense to do it. You know, they predicate themselves on getting the ball down the field, over the top of the defense, constantly challenging the corners in the secondary. So it's a large deficit, but they can still come back in this game and win.
Here's Cornelius. It's complete. Tylan Wallace.
They've got to play this high-tempo game right now because clock is not on their side.
Here's the draw. Justice Hill. Wrapped up by Joseph Wallace after maybe a couple.
Well, and it just sort of looks like a broken play here for the offense. Trying to sneak in a cheap little run. You see Dakota Allen Phil.
Low snap. Under pressure. Cornelius gets it to Justice. He's dropped. Jordan Brooks.
And these linebackers and second-level defenders are all over the backs out of the backfield because they've been hit a couple times, one for a touchdown. So whenever these guys sort of sneak out of the backfield, you have to put a defender on them. Texas Tech is flying around the football right now.
We come to the end of the third quarter. Cornelius. Left side. That's short. He's looking in the direction of Tyron Johnson. Crowd wanted a penalty.
Well, you're not going to get a penalty there when the ball is 4 yards underthrown.
So we'll start the fourth quarter, and Tech, they've got the lead, 34-17 over 15th ranked Cowboys, Oklahoma State. Welcome back to Stillwater as we begin the fourth quarter, and since the 10:40 mark of the second quarter, Tech has outscored Oklahoma State 20-0. Zach Simon in to punt things away. Raquan Bowman standing back at his own 35. It's down at the 27. That's where Tech will begin. Let's get a quick game break here. Here's Greg Wolf.
Brian, thanks. Over on Fox, number 18, Wisconsin trying to bounce back from their upset loss to BYU. Kinnick Stadium, never an easy task. Nate Stanley to Noah Fant, 20-yard touchdown. It is all tied at 7 at halftime. Brian, Ben, back to you.
All right, Wolf. Thank you, buddy. Brian Custer, Ben Lieber, Dean Blandino, a rules expert, joining us from Los Angeles. We're in the fourth quarter here in Stillwater. And here again, the true freshman, Alan Bowman. Handoff, Felton.
So now you can really mess with the defense. They're expecting run, especially on first down, just like they did. They packed the box. They singled up the receivers on the outside, and they guessed right for a no gain. But the difference in this ballgame has been Texas Tech's ability to run the football. 155 yards so far, just now entering the fourth quarter.
Felton just 2 yards away from 100. Here's the Wesley. Wesley, left side. 45. Dropped at about the 47 dot. Roderick Williams. And again, they go with that tempo here.
They go with the tempo, staying aggressive.
He pitches it out to Felton. Right side across midfield.
You talk about the creativity of Cliff Kingsbury in this offense. You're going to get a fake to the right side. Everybody's thinking run. And it's just a little screen pass, a little tunnel screen to one of their best playmakers in Antoine Wesley. And he takes it from there and gets a first down. So again, it's a lot of deception with this offense. They throw it horizontal. They have guys running in the backfield, and they have reverses. It's a lot to think about for a defense.
Tazan Henry will check into the backfield for Tech. And they give it to him. Jordan Brailford makes the stop for the Cowboys.
Well, that's one of the most disruptive players on this Okie State defense, and we have not called his name much at all. Again, with Tech getting the ball out on an average under 2 seconds when they're throwing the ball, it's hard for a disruptive guy like Brailford to make his presence known. But on that play right there, they run away. He's unblocked. He comes from behind and makes a play. Showing
blitz. They come with the pressure. Bowman on the outside. It's caught. TJ Vasher.
Unbelievable. This Bowman has ice in his veins. He faces a blitz. He sees the blitz, stays in the pocket, delivers the ball away from the safety, and the concentration to come down with it after the contact. That's impressive.
25-yard pickup by TJ Vasher with the catch. He had 94, 2 touchdowns last week against Houston. Tonight, 3 catches for 62 yards. So Roderick Thompson is checked into the backfield. He gets the carry. He's inside the 20. Calvin Bundage makes the stop.
And a lot of these runs are just knifing through the defense. Clearly not a huge gain, but the offensive line is getting up to the second level, having their way with the defensive line and picking up some yards to make it more manageable on second down.
Second and 7. Bowman throws it away.
Well, here's the RPO. Watch Vasher on the outside. He's not expecting to get the ball. Look, he wanted to throw the ball before he made that break. That was the breakdown of miscommunication. That's the reason why Bowman had to throw it away.
The quarterback was in the pocket. There was no eligible receiver. It's intentional grounding. Loss of down, spot of the foul, third down.
We'll take a look at it here again. Here's the run pass option. There's the fake run. And if you're not outside that tackle box, you can't throw the ball out of bounds. You have to throw it in the direction or at the feet of a wide receiver.
So they'll go 5 wide. Wesley at the bottom of your screen. Vasher, he's at the top. They're 6'5", 6'6", respectively. He goes to Wesley. 25, 20, 15. And he looks like just short. About a yard shy of a first down.
Well, and that was by design for the defense. They're willing to give up that underneath stuff. See how everybody's playing intermediate coverage. They're going to allow that short little pass to the outside, and as long as they rally to make the tackle, and Texas Tech looks like they're going to go for it here on fourth down.
That true freshman at quarterback. First start on the road in conference. Looking at 4th and 1. He's got a 17-point lead. And we got a flags and a timeout.
Prior to the play clock expiring, Texas Tech called a timeout. Texas Tech substituted late, and the defense had an opportunity to match up. That's their third and final timeout of the half.
So no more timeouts for Tech, but they've got the lead, facing 4th and 1. We'll be back. FS1 College Football is presented by Subway. Make it what you want. 11 minutes, 36 seconds left in this game. 4th down and 1 for Texas Tech. And the freshman, Alan Bowman. Up 17. What do you think?
I think you got to run the football here with Thompson.
Roderick Thompson. Zach Austin in motion. He sets on the right side. Wesley at the bottom of your screen. Vasher at the top. With 1. And they're going to take the penalty and kick a field goal.
After all that.
Well, I
thought
think
we can get some high drama there on that play.
I think they said, hey, look, these guys have jumped. And
hey, we're up by 17.
See if they jump, and they'll go with the field goal here. And it's from 37 yards out. Clayton Hatfield. Made from 31 and 32 so far tonight. This is from 37. And that looks more left. Missed it. He missed it. Maybe this is what the Cowboys need. They've got 11 minutes, 30 seconds to mount a comeback. Don't go anywhere. We're in Stillwater.
I'm Colin Coward. Join me Monday on The Herd as we break down everything from a full weekend of college football and the NFL. Don't miss it. The Herd weekdays noon Eastern on FS1.
Minute 30 seconds left in this one for Taylor Cornelius and the Cowboys. And they'll start from their own 20. Cornelius looking, flushed. And he'll drop it off and out of the hands of Justice Hill.
Well, before that play, we go back to the time of possession. Texas Tech has 15 more minutes of offense than Oklahoma State. And I really think that's been a huge difference in this game. It's a reason why they're up 17 points. And just as they play Top Gun in the stadium, these guys need to go mock speed.
Here's Hill, up the middle, cuts back. There's a tackle. That saved a big game.
What happens after a big chunk play, you get right back up to the line of scrimmage and try to run another play and catch the defense on their heels.
Here's Cornelius keeping it. That bad snap.
Well, you really got to go off schedule here when you can't even catch the snap. See the snap go right on the ground. Bad snap by the center. It's Johnny Wilson, the center. They try to go tempo, but you're not going to catch anybody off guard if you don't get the ball off the ground.
2nd and 8. That was nearly picked off. Adrian Fry makes the play for Texas Tech.
Manned up on the outside. Right when the quarterback triggers, that's when the corner triggers, and Adrian Fry just about has a takeaway for Texas Tech.
Third and 8. Now for the Cowboys. 3 of 11 on 3rd down. Cornelius up top. Intercepted. Adrian Fry. The redshirt freshman out of Houston. He went to the well once too many times.
Well, he's the team leader in interceptions for this team with 2 coming into this game. The play before just about picked it off. And this time, it's Cornelius putting all sorts of time under that ball. And look at the body control of Adrian Fry to come back around. Good coverage right on the hip. High points the football. He says, listen, I may play defensive back, but that ball is mine.
Both teams with 2 turnovers. And, you know, listen, I love what defensive coordinator Gary Gibbs told us when we talked about his defense. He said, listen, I understand people talk about our defense. And he said, my defense, we're not awful. We're just playing awful right now. But I believe we can turn it around, and he's seeing it tonight.
It's a great line from our conversation with him. And he's right. You know, you would think coming into the season they returned 10 starters on defense. A lot of optimism for this defense for Texas Tech, where everybody's known them to outscore people, and it's going to be a 65-60 game, and who cares about defense at Texas Tech? But he thought, hey, we got a lot of starters returning. They know the system. I know them as players now, that they were expecting better results earlier in the season. They've been waiting for a game like this.
Marcus Felton has checked back in the backfield. They throw the slant to Wesley. A 3-yard shot of a first down. Darius Williams makes the stop.
It's pretty impressive to see these big receivers, as you see Antoine Wesley right there at 6'5", 200 pounds. That you would think, okay, maybe just possession type receivers. They're not going to get a lot of separation with a lot of high balls, you know, jump ball, 50-50 type balls. But these guys know how to run these slants, these short area throws where they can get immediate separation. Awfully impressive to find athletes of that size to do that.
Bowman rolling out, throws it. Zach Alston, first down. They'll move the chains.
Check out the athleticism of Bowman. I saw him do this a lot with a one-hand grab. In warm-ups before the game, every time that he was throwing his little balls down the field and they're throwing it back, he was practicing just catching it with one hand. I tell you what, it was really impressive. That is a big freshman at 6'5", 6'3", but he has monster hands and soft receiver-like hands.
Inside 9 minutes now left in this one. This time from the pistol. Felton, right side. He's well over 100 yards. He's at about 111 now. First 100-yard game for him in 2 years. For the senior, DeMarcus Felton. Last time he had 100 yards, you got to go back to September 17th, 2016.
Well, you can see the increased awareness on his part to get vertical. He's not trying to dance around. He's not trying to go lateral. He might make one cut just to find an opening. Then he gets vertical, and he's an awfully tough guy to tackle.
His career high is 123. That's a first down for Tech.
You see Felton kind of tap his helmet there. Looks like he needs to get a little bit of a blow, take a rest. He comes off the field.
You know, Coach Kingsbury told us, I got to run the football more. He said, I'm certainly going to run these guys out. I want to see what their defense is like when we spread them out, run the football, and take our shots downfield. That's what they've done. They've now run for 165 yards. Here's Thompson, breaks through the seam. He's inside the 30.
You're going to see once again, watch the pullers up front. These guys are going to pull. They're going to get a hat on a hat. You're going to find a little crease. And Sir Roderick Thompson then takes it vertically from there. So last year when you saw that when these two teams played, Texas Tech only had 54 yards total of rushing. They are smashing that today.
Thompson's got 36. Felton 115. Henry has 58. This is Thompson. Leans forward for a couple. The clock continues to tick away. Again, 17 years. That's the last time Texas Tech has come in here in Stillwater and gotten themselves a victory.
See Coach Kingsbury still pacing around, obviously still calling plays with a sense of urgency, understands that this game is not over until it's truly over.
He's got the beard going, hasn't shaved since the season opener against Ole Miss because they've rolled off wins since that season opener. Says not shaving again. He's superstitious. Thompson again with the carry.
Well, I don't want to say that this is an impossible deficit to come back from, but the way that Texas Tech offense is just churning out first downs, obviously a critical third down play right here, but again, you don't have to press the envelope, just make it a comfortable field goal.
Here's Tazon Henry. He's checked in. 3rd and 5. They give it to him. Left side. He's down. Kobe Peel makes the stop.
Watch the counter play. He's just going to come out here. They get everybody thinking it's going to be front side on the defensive left. And what do? You just counter it right back all the way around him. Pick up, again, picking up first downs, chewing up clock. Play calling creativity has really been the difference. This defense just cannot get a bead on what Texas Tech is trying to do. And every time they think they found something, they come back with something complimentary on the other side.
Tech is knocking on the door of 600 total yards of offense. Right up the gut, Felton. Touchdown, Texas Tech. His second of the night. This time from 17 yards out.
It's a straight up the gut for Felton. No pullers this time, and immediately Alan Bowman in the background, he saw him make that one cut and saw daylight, and he threw his arms up in the air. He knew exactly what kind of defense they're in. He was trusting his running back, and they basically sealed this game.
Wow. As Hatfield comes in. Knocks through the extra point, and Tech now up 41-17. Thanks to the interception by Fry. Marcus Felton caps it off with another touchdown. Tech is rolling 41-17. Welcome back to Stillwater. For those of you tuning in for UFC Fight Night, we'll get you there at the immediate conclusion of our game. In the meantime, it is available on FS2, or you can stream it live on the Fox Sports app. 24-point lead. Tech has rolled up 27 unanswered points on Oklahoma State.
And how about Felton? He's having quite a day. They have leaned on him in the run game. Cliff Kingsbury wanted to run the football. They did not run it very well last year. And Felton comes in, has been running so strong. North and south, hard guy to tackle. Been a huge difference in this game.
Free kick out of bounds. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Take another break. 4 minutes, 29 seconds left in this one. Cliff Kingsbury's freshman, Alan Bowman, the showman, has shown how it's thrown for nearly 400. I tell you what, Mike Gundy, in his defense, they could have used themselves a real good linebacker. Guy like this. Hey, we got to go back to 2000. Cliff Kingsbury throws a pick. Ben Lieber. Look at this guy. I tell you, it would have been a pick six.
What a terrible yak.
Had that guy
My
not tackled
goodness.
him. Look at that. Look at the shoulder pads on that young man.
You know, we had to have neck rolls. That was the thing. Like, it was just something, it was like built into our shoulder pads. We knew he looked ridiculous.
We got a flag on the play. As Chuba Hubbard take that one over the left side.
You know how scared I was playing against this Tech offense with Wes Welker in the backfield? He got me twice for like 30-some yards.
Holding. Offense. Number 75. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Back the Cowboys up.
Yeah, I know exactly what all these defenders are thinking about when they play at Texas Tech or a team like Oklahoma State. They try to find matchups. They try to put quick guys on linebackers. And a lot of times they win those matchups, as I felt again. A couple of times I had Wes Welker in the background, in the backfield, man-to-man, and they just went whoop right past me.
And you see Cornelius now, and they're going to go try to get a quick score here. Under pressure, flushed as he throws it away. What has impressed you most here from Tech? Was it the defense? Is it the freshman quarterback? Is it them running the football?
I mean, I think it's a combination of all of that, but I obviously, because I'm a defensive guy, I'm thinking, hey, this Tech defense finally showed up. They expected this defense to be much better, and they said, hey, this might be the best defense we've had in years. And if that's going to complement an offense and that can score some points, hey, we can make some waves here in the Big 12. That didn't happen up until this game. Then all of a sudden the defense decided to show up. And that's been a big difference in this ballgame. Yes, they've ran the ball much better. The young quarterback played awfully well, especially battling adversity, throwing a couple picks, still staying aggressive, played with a lot of poise. But to me, I think it's the defense. The defense showed up on the road.
Oklahoma State, keep in mind, they have not scored since the 10:40 mark in the second quarter. So you're looking at a Tech defense that basically pitched a shutout here in the second half. That won't be downed at the 20. Again, for those of you tuning in for UFC Fight Night, we'll get you there at the immediate conclusion of this one. In the meantime, you can catch it on FS2 right now, or you can stream it live on the Fox Sports app. Talking about Tech, good building block for them because they've got Will Greer in West Virginia next.
Yeah, they do. And they look pretty unstoppable, but you know what? This is a nice little warm-up because West Virginia's offense is very similar to what Oklahoma State does. They want to run the football. They want to be explosive in the pass game. So defensively for Texas Tech, they can learn a lot from this game here, and hopefully that translates as they get West Virginia to travel all the way to Lubbock next week. And then it does not get much easier. TCU is playing outstanding football right now. Kansas is Kansas. You know, you're probably going to get a win there. And Iowa State at Iowa State's always a tough out. They always play hard there with Matt Campbell's team. And then Oklahoma, as everybody knows, is one of the best in the country.
Alan Bowman, 398. A couple of touchdowns, 2 interceptions. There's Thompson over that right side. Talk to me about Oklahoma State now, because Coach Gundy told us, he said, I'm going to learn a lot about my defense tonight against this Tech offense. What do you think he learned about his football team as well?
Well, they got to be tighter in the secondary. You know, that was a question mark. He's like, I know what I have up front. I know that I have a defensive line that can really get after it. They can penetrate. If you're going to run a conventional offense against us, that I feel pretty good about my guys up front. Take a look at their schedule. They've got Kansas next. That'll probably be a get-right game as they go to Lawrence next week. And then again, Iowa State's a tough out. K-State at Manhattan is a tough out. Texas. Who is Texas at this point? They can play pretty good ball, and then they can also look like they don't show up as well. So there's no real easy games for them as they got to get back. And going back to your question, they got to figure out more creative ways where they can get more bodies on the outside. You got to test your front seven. Can we have a 7-man box and stop the run? Do we always have to bring in a safety or somebody else to roam around the line of scrimmage and play in that run box? If they can do that and have an extra defender out on the outside, then they're going to have a chance with this defense. You see Jim Knowles there, first-year defensive coordinator. Spent 8 years at Duke as a defensive coordinator, had a top 25 defense for Duke last year.
How about Thompson running hard? Another first down. Mike Gundy came into this game 11-2 against Texas Tech. It's about to go to 11-3. As their streak will come to an end. 9 straight. Tech had lost to Oklahoma State until tonight, as Cliff Kingsbury gives a lot of congratulation hugs. Tonight's game has been produced by Darren Foster, directed by Zach Jensen, associate director Andy Kavanaugh, our broadcast associate is Ben Tom, Bo Chapman, Darren Bridges, and Brooks Clark crunching all the numbers. Technical director is Mike Copeland. Time now for the expectation-shattering drive of the game. It's sponsored by Buick.
Well, it was all about the young quarterback. Had a couple of interceptions today, but he stayed poised. He stayed within the system. And look at Felton go. DeMarcus Felton, a couple of touchdowns today. Their ability to run the football and control the line of scrimmage was a big difference for Texas Tech's offense.
And Alan Bowman, gets the job because of an injury. It's going to be hard to replace that freshman.
It's going to be awfully. I don't think that you can replace him at all. He has got this team. This is his football team now. He has played awfully well. The first true road test for him, and he passed with flying colors.
It's been 17 years, but the streak comes to an end as Texas Tech finally gets them a victory over Oklahoma State here in Stillwater. Well, the final score here from Stillwater, Oklahoma, 41-17. Right now, let's get you to...
So happy for Coach Kingsbury. I know that he wanted this win so badly, and he finally got it. Enjoy this win, Coach.
Been a long time coming. Tech now 3-1. The Cowboys fall to 3-1, their first loss of the season. I'm Brian.